Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, it's that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your never humble host, Eric Sizemore, joined by my beautiful co-host, Wyatt Michael.
Hey Eric.
And coming in from the left coast, Brain Damage.
Yo!
And we are going to have some funny memes for you. But first, a patented, trademark, copyrighted, absolutely essential part of every single episode of Facebook for the Blind. You know it. You love it. I'm talking about the depressing news. Where's my sound? You know, some kind of fun news here. Giuliani's been held in contempt of court, but because he is rich and white or whatever, connected somehow, he's not going to go to jail, which is too bad because I have it on good authority that you can catch some really fun rashes in jail, Rudy. So it's crazy, man. He's been doing all kinds of stuff. You know that, like, you got, was it Shay and I cannot remember their names at the moment, but the two people that he owes $150 million to, he like sent him Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss. He like sent him a car, but didn't send him the title. I mean, he's just been a jerk all around, and the penalties are basically stacking up to the point where he may not get to keep either of his homes. He's already lost the one in Manhattan, and that's for sale, and they're going to liquidate that. But now he might lose his Florida condo as well, and it sounds like the judge is he's had it. So that's kind of fun. So Giuliani is soon to be homeless. So I wanted to start it off with some positive good news. Business Standard reports that Boeing engaged $9 an hour Indian engineers to build the 737 MAX software. So, woo! I hope they're really good $9 an hour employees. Think about that when you're 50,000 feet in the air. The London Economic is reporting on Donald J. Trump's offer to buy or seize Greenland. I'm not sure. And Denmark has said, after rebuffing Donald J. Trump's hypothetical proposal to purchase Greenland, the government of Denmark has announced that it would be interested in buying the United States instead. Quote, as we have stated, Greenland is not for sale. We have noted, however, that during the Trump regime, pretty much everything in the United States, including its government, has most definitely been for sale. Denmark would be interested in purchasing the U.S. in its entirety, with the exception of its government. So that was pretty sick burn. It says, we believe that by giving the U.S. an educational system and national health care, it can be transformed from a vast land mass into a great nation, the spokesman said. Which I thought was fantastic. And in the words of Kent Brockman, I, for one, welcome our new Danish Viking overlords. I'd like to remind them that as a trusted Zoom personality, I can be helpful in rounding up others for the Lego mines, my Danish friends. Bernie's in the news because he has plans to force a vote on the H1B visa reforms that are tearing apart the MAGA Republicans. I'm just enjoying it. I'm getting popcorn. That's pretty much where I'm at. It's kind of fun for me. Friend of the show, Jackie Cation, reports that Mark Zuckerberg, recipient of the world's first rat penis transplant, announced that Meta will stop fact-checking. So, doing all right there. We were talking about who we would add to the Facebook for the Blind Legion of Doom. And we have now nominated every billionaire in Trump's cabinet per Wyatt Michael. And that means that we're going to learn about an oligarch. This is Warren Stevens. He's an Arkansasian Spurs fan who Trump is sending to London. He's now our advocate for London. He's a billionaire history buff. used to send money to Clinton, and now he's gonna go to Britain, I guess, because he speaks English or something. I don't know. But he's worth about $4.3 billion, and we'll have more information about why you should dislike him in upcoming episodes of Facebook for the Blind. Elon Musk is an idiot. We've covered this before, but he reposted this from End Wokeness. Said, holy shit, Argentina just elected Javier Milei as their next president. History has been made today. And Elon Musk, a year and a half ago, said prosperity is ahead for Argentina. Well, it's been a year and a half, and AP reports that Argentina's poverty levels have hit 57% of the population, a 20-year high in January. So, well done. This guy couldn't economically prognosticate his way out of a paper bag. Genius. Jimmy Carter was laid to rest today. There was an official ceremony in Washington, D.C. And of course, my favorite memory of him was the solar panels on the White House. He put solar panels on the White House, which I understood to be a very good symbolic bully pulpit move. And then Reagan immediately tore them off. But
Yeah, because America.
But at one point in time, Jimmy Carter apparently had a visit from Willie Nelson, who said he wanted to see the solar panels, and purportedly they went up there and smoked a joint. Rest in peace, President Carter. Let's see here. New York City Southpaw at Blue Sky Social says Amazon has denied leave of absence to an Alabama woman who was struck by the New Orleans attacker's truck and then shot in the foot during the attack. She worried that she will not have a job upon return when she recovers. And the other 99% just says, reminder that your employer could care less about you. So, anyway, crazy stuff. Hey, here's a picture of a Cybertruck on fire at the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. And it says, as it turns out, this image affects Tesla's stocks negatively, so we really shouldn't be sharing it as much as possible. And I got this from the anti-QAnon memes page. Ryan Gibbs posted it. I really liked it. Here's a funny thing. I went back today to double check it and has a censor warning. It says violent imagery.
Huh.
I was like, okay. You have to click on it to reveal it, you know, which I thought was pretty crazy. By the way, one of the things that I really thought was an interesting point raised over there on Talking Points memo was they were asking why the media is sugarcoating Leibelsberger's political manifestos, which I'm pretty curious about myself. Look, my cat sensor's popping up over the thing. But yeah, he said, we are being led by weak and feckless leadership who only serve to enrich themselves. And I was going, well, so far, I like what this guy has to say. Then he said, Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. So what better way to get my point across than with a stunt with fireworks and explosives? Again, I'm like, the man had a point. But he apparently said that Washington needed to denounce Democrats. They needed to be purged from Washington by violence if necessary. And he expressed the hope that his own death will serve as a kind of bell clap for a national rebirth of masculinity under the leadership of Donald J. Trump, Elon Musk, and Bobby Kennedy Jr. So it's like, man, you had me with the first part about enriching themselves, and you went off the rails. The Delphi Oracle is now answering in JPEGs. It was posted over there, and did Silicon Valley reinvent the bus again? And it was pretty funny. Yeah, you had to get approval to see it. But boy, that Cybertruck on fire in front of those golden Trump arches, that just really says something. It's kind of fun. Kind of fun to me. I like the imagery. I'm just going to keep talking about it because I think it's hilarious. Hey, we covered a lot on the red versus the blue hats. I'm not going to name the red hats, but green is, or red versus green hats. The green hats are Luigi. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's all over the place. All kinds of merch out there. Now, here's a Luigi Mangione in a hoodie shirt. And he's got
Round one.
top. I know. I was like, man, I got to get me one of those. Absolutely. Of course, we talked about it last week on the show that the beanie on Amazon had over 100,000 sold. And by the time we went to air, had sold out. They're no longer available, which sucks because that was a beanie I was going to get. And I love this final closing post from Reddit. We've got David Attenborough, but I'm going to read him like David Attenborough says. Kind of wild how the natural opposite to the red MAGA hat just organically popped up. And we have a photo of supporter of Luigi Mangione outside of New York City court wearing the green Luigi hat. It's amazing that life always finds a way. And that has wrapped up the news for January 7th, 2025. Now, handing it off to my beautiful co-host, Quiet Michael, for I believe we established an average round one.
Wrong, Eric. Here comes my big, long, round one.
Oh!
Kicking it off with Lavineko. Can everybody see this post? I have to ask that every time. Picture of a cat in some sort of a cat wrap that looks like corn. And it says, "You're afraid of being corny, but I was born on the cob." I got this one in honor of Andrew Teedy.
Nice. That's lovely.
Next up, we have a 4-panel comic from Cyanide and Happiness. I want to make sure that it's shared. Can you see it?
Yep.
Last time I asked. First one's Gingerbread House, and it says, "A gingerbread man sits inside a gingerbread house." Then the next panel is a window, and it says, "Is the house made of flesh?" Third panel, "Or is he made of house?" And then finally, it's a gingerbread man sad and screaming, and it says, "He screams, for he does not know." Well, this is from Dima at lush_beauty1, and it is a picture of a naked Smurf sleeping on a couch with its bare ass like right in the camera. And Dima has posted this in response to Billy Green. Billy Green asked a simple question: "How do you all sleep at night knowing people don't like you?" Very, very peacefully and naked, I guess, is the answer.
Like a baby.
Next up, we have Moist Buddha, friend of the show, Moist
Buddha!
Buddha. Yeah, for new listeners out there, Moist Buddha's keeping it moist and keeping it Buddha. Friend of ours. I have a picture of a man here with dark features, dark curly hair, long curly hair. And he's looking right at the camera, and it says, "People who grew up with money will look you dead in the eye and ask you something crazy like, 'Do you ski?'"
Right.
I remember, man, when I was in high school, it was the first time somebody asked me if I ski. And I was like, "You mean like in the John Hughes movies? Like, no? The fuck are you talking about?" I had already ridden a snowboard down Poop Hill in Kankakee, but I hardly count that. Stephen Cass at Stephen Cass. He says, "You are not the king of your brain. You are the creepy guy standing next to the king going, 'A most judicious choice, sire.'"
Used to be my aspiration in life. That was it right there.
I got this headline. I pulled this headline just for you, Eric, from the Associated Press, some liberal rag called the Associated Press.
Yep.
Anyway, they're reporting on December 23rd that a judge rules Arkansas law allowing criminal charges against librarians is unconstitutional.
Imagine that in Arkansas.
So it sounds like, I mean, maybe I don't think I'm reading this wrong. I think you guys have immunity now. You
True.
can just do whatever.
We actually have a lot of powers.
It's just the president of the United States and librarians above the law.
Some of us are cool.
Here's a picture of a kid ripping a fat fucking cloud off a vape. It's like a toddler, very small child. There's a Christmas tree and two proud parents in the back, and Ingy says, "Finally, a kid without an iPad."
Oh, God.
Shitty movie details. Friend of the show, shitty movie details. All right, I'm going to try my best to describe this. We have it's just a picture of two women. One of them supposedly the Scarlet Witch, and the other Captain Marvel. I do want to say that the Scarlet Witch seems to only be wearing the like mask, the Scarlet Witch like headpiece, and is ostensibly naked beyond that. And Captain Marvel um, basically just dressed like Captain Marvel. It says in Avengers Endgame, there is a graphic sex scene between Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel. This is a subtle nod to the fact that I torrented the wrong movie. John Johnny Micro has a picture of a carriage, like an old-timey carriage. John says, absolutely zero chance a horse drew this. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Finally, my last meme for round one. The wholesome round, right? Isn't that what we do? Comes to you from Slate at Please Be Nice. It says me. Knows LMK equals let me know. Also me. Martin Luther King. Fuck you guys. Martin Luther King is exactly what my brain does every time I see that. And that's all I got for round one. Kicking it over to brain damage.
I get the same problem there, Michael, except my dumbass brain just still goes Martin Luther King and then figures out later, oh, wow, those letters are not even okay. Anyways, we're going to start this one off with homage to TD because some dumbass named Brain Damage posted this 4 years ago. I like when he says that, and I miss the guy. And anyways, here we have enters password, incorrect password, incorrect password, incorrect password, resets password, new password cannot be your old password. And then we have a picture of Baby Yoda.
This makes me crazy with this happening.
It really fucking does. I hate it.
Oh,
This one's for you, Eric. It says, I don't even know how to read this word. Intersectionally, I guess.
Intersectionelle.
Whatever. Says, we have yet to understand that if I'm starving, you are in danger. If people think that my danger makes them safe, we're in trouble. James Baldwin. Yeah, sure. Sure, James Baldwin. We fucking believe you. Sure. You fucking rich asshole. Anyways.
Hey, can I sing this? I want to sing this.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to sing it because I don't know
how. Oh, guillotine, your blades are sharp for slicing. Dear ruling class, you're out of touch. Just close your eyes. This won't hurt much. Oh my God, Brane, that's one of the best things I've gotten for Christmas. Thank you so much.
Brane,
I like how they have the mistletoe right above the blade so you can kiss your ass goodbye as you go.
Brane, I want to make sure I heard right. Did you call James Baldwin a rich asshole?
Oh, I don't know who James Baldwin is. I just figured it was a Baldwin brother. My bad. Is he not a rich asshole? It's time
like
for lesson time.
He's like a gay black leftist like poet and writer from like the 1960s, I think, or 70s.
Well, I apologize for being so stupid. I see the word Baldwin and I immediately think it's one of those. You know how there's like 18 of them and they all look the exact same?
You thought he was related to Alec Baldwin,
okay,
the Irish guys? Yeah. No, I get it. I do get it. There probably is a James Baldwin.
I really thought this was the one that shot somebody on set of Rust, but whatever.
You know, honestly, all those Baldwins look alike. I mean,
Yeah, I never knew that there was other people named Baldwin that were just regular people. My bad, Mr. James Baldwin. My bad for catching you astray, but I take it back. I take it back.
He passed away, I'm pretty sure, a long time ago.
Oh well,
So
James Baldwin fans. Thank you for educating me, Michael. I did move on though. I did. This one says, I saw someone say that Florida's upside down, looks like the Grinch, and after I flip my phone, I can't unsee it. So I flipped my phone.
Oh my God.
And there's some kind of lake there that looks like his eye, his nose is all scrunched up. He does look very curious though. That is one docile ass Grinch. I don't know if I agree with that too much. It looks more like one of the people from the Smallville or Whoville or whatever the fuck. You know what? I'm leaving.
Hey, wait! I just want to thank you for that one as well, because now you've helped erase the image of a huge mutated dick.
Oh, okay. I think that was a Coast of America dick joke.
Yep, I've been seeing it my whole life.
Yeah, I agree. Except I'm part Italian, so I think I like dicks that have more more sharper shapes at the top. Anyways, I doubt it too. And it says every generation gets a blue dog to guide them through childhood, and we have Snoop Dogg, Blue's Clues, and Bluey.
Nice.
And now we've got Baby Yoda funny memes with a picture of Baby Yoda in a sleeping cap. And it says, when people tell me you're gonna regret that in the morning, I sleep till noon because I'm a problem solver.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Here we've got this one is, oh no, the things are in the way. Offthemark.com has a after Christmas special where, oh no, Oscar the Grouch, he's in court, and there's two Whovilles. One is a judge, one is an attorney, and Oscar's saying, I'm telling you, this is a case of mistaken identity. I did not steal Christmas. I should have probably had you do it because your Oscar the Grouch is probably way better than mine. Want to try it over? Nope. Too late.
Yeah.
This one is Universal Unclick. I don't know who you are. Why? Maybe we'll find you in more cartoons. They have a cartoon of Santa Claus. The elf is looking all goofy. Santa's got circles in his eyes and looking all goofy. The reindeers are falling off and everything. And the elf says, "No more cookies from Lego Weed States."
For our listeners, I want to let you know, for some reason in that previous cartoon, we did see two reindeer buttholes.
Oh.
I don't know why the artist decided to make these anatomically correct this way, but these reindeer do have buttholes.
I think he also had eaten some cookies with some weed. And he was just like into that. That's my thought. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe he's just super accurate.
Hopefully, Eric, when you eat weed cookies, it doesn't make you not make you crave buttholes. But we're gonna move on. We got
Sometimes I like to draw buttholes
offthemark.com.
like your French girls.
Offthemark.com. Here we have a cartoon with we have outside. We have in the ring. We have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus Toucan Sam, and outside spectating on the Red-Nosed Reindeer side is I forget all these guys' names. I just know Cornelius and the Yeti. That's all I know. Okay, but it's all the characters from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And on Toucan Sam's side, we have all the serial characters: Tony the Tiger, the Tricks Bunny, whoever this other guy is, the wacky cuckoo guy,
Yeah.
and Captain Crunch. And it says the epic battle to determine whose nose to actually follow. And yes, this is an indicator that I had to use all my memes that I didn't get to use before New Year's Eve. This is me every year, and it shows a man on 11:59. He's playing his video game with his headphones on. 12 a.m. He hugs his mother and or wife. 12:01 a.m. He is back on the game with his earphones. This is how New Year's goes in the household. And my brother from another mother, Afric Lee Whittingham, posted Gen X, and we have a picture of the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. Oh my God, we all wanted this thing, and it says, this is the 39th year anniversary of me not getting a G.I. Joe aircraft carrier for Christmas. Ah!
Yeah, the thing is fucking cool.
Dude, my brother and I had one,
Off
and
to you, Eric.
we still talk about how fun it was.
Right.
Sorry,
Bastards.
dude. We had it attack the Guns of Navarone. You saw the Guns of Navarone playset. Also freaking excellent.
Speaking of rich assholes,
I know,
fucking
right?
Eric.
Who knew? Who knew I was born with plastic army men in my mouth? But
What?
there we are. Like a silver spoon, but instead I got good plastic toys. All right, never explain a joke, Sammy. Stop. Hey, I thought this is pretty funny. I was looking into, where exactly Rudy Giuliani's condo was, in case any of our listeners wanted to go visit him. But he is in Palm Beach, Florida. That's where his place is. I thought it was fascinating. I looked into the mean housing prices. Everything there, all housing units are over $1 million. Okay. And I thought that was funny. This is a great little site called citydata.com. You can look up all kinds of fun stuff, like where the rich neighborhoods are, where the poor neighborhoods are, where the good stuff is, where the bad stuff is, and what percentage of people are living in poverty and whatnot. And what was really interesting to me was I noticed that there was one group that was 100% in poverty. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, yeah, that's right. The entire population of the entire black population in Palm Beach is poor. But now they're going to have those two vote counters, with their $1 million condo there in West Palm Beach. So they're going to get some diversity out of this. I'm really excited. I can't wait for them to go to their first HOA meeting. Anyway, all right, moving on. Wholesome round. This is a post from friend of the show, the Pumpkin Express. And if you're not following the Pumpkin Express, you are missing out. It's got a picture of a witch walking down the street here with a cloak, and it says, I never see you at the club. Okay, well, I never see you running off on a quest in search of a powerful spell to save your kingdom. Some of us have plans, Sharon. I love that joke. Here's a picture of John Cleese, and he is the enchanter from was it the I want to say the oh my god, I can't remember the Knights. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And it says Enchanter of the Year, Tim, like he's on Time magazine, but it's Tim. And John Cleese says, people never cease to amaze me. Every once in a while I get surprises like this in my inbox. And I was like, aw, somebody did this cool graphic for John Cleese and sent it to him, and it made him happy, and he posted it. Wholesome round. You wanted a gay animal? Well, how about this, Michael? Researchers from the US and Chile discovered a Dolce Bella Comanchata, a ghostly predatory amphipod found at a depth of 7,900 meters in Atacama Trench, making a breakthrough in deep sea exploration. Unlike typical amphipods, which scavenge, this one actively hunts, making it the first predator amphipod identified in the Hoddle Zone, one of Earth's most mysterious habitats. But come on, yo. It's a freaking predator. Am I right? That's the predator.
I just want to go on record as saying again, yet again, I am once again asking people to stop fucking around in the ocean. Stop dicking around down there. Just fish or whatever, but don't go out too far and down too deep.
I just want to point out that Michael asked for gay animals, and I got him a gay animal.
You always do deliver, but I just want him. I want him to be closer to the surface where we belong.
Ah! All right.
I don't like the ocean. I'm just
I
gonna
know
fucking
you
say
don't.
it. I don't like it. It's too big. I don't feel like anybody knows what's going on out there. I just think I think we should all live in the Louisiana Purchase.
Friend of the show, Ruth, has posted this from a convention, I assume, and we have 4 knights in like black-faced, black cloaks and whatnot. They're all carrying swords. And it says, when you lost your crew at the festival, but you get adopted by another one, because there's a little lost Luigi boy, and they've given him a sword.
Yeah, we have 5 nights here, Eric.
Looks good on. Looks good on. Never forget that several years ago on January 6th, of course, we had a little event, and here's a picture of the Bastille Day, 1789. You know, that day when cheerful French tourists visited the Bastille. Swords and cannons and stuff. It's still funny, still cracking me up. Hey, KFC, the Onion reports that KFC has introduced a new bird flu dipping vaccine. Tamiflu. Tamiflu. So I don't know. Had you heard a new vaccine dropped? Yeah. Here you go. Friend of the show, super fighting transbian robot Rolchan has posted this from Cara San Diego, who says it's a picture of a plant store. It says prop lifting is picking up fallen succulent leaves or any other plant leaf off the floors of garden centers, or pinching off leaves and taking them home to propagate. This is theft. Please don't do it. And friend of the show, Kara, has captioned it, you wouldn't download a plant. Meanwhile, super fighting transbian robot says, download the plant. Download the plant. Guillotines for a Better America, friend of the show. Literally true. We hung out the other night. Really cool. Like them a lot. Don't know if it's a man, woman, robot, but still fun. It's got this post from Myth, M-I-T-H, at Man in the Hoodie. It says, the biggest difference between corporations and people is that America won't let corporations die. And Guillotines for a Better America, who is also following Mr. Guillotine, Revenge of the Choppy Boy, who are friends of Pink Guillotine. And if you're not following all of the Guillotines on Facebook, you are missing out. Get on that. Chop, chop. Moving on. Kala at Kala Walsh says, it was cool meeting Cuban university students whose only job is being students. No need to work 2, 3, or 4 jobs outside of school to pay tuition or rent. Kala says, tuition is free in Cuba and rent is capped at 10% of income. Like most socialist countries, it has one of the highest home ownership rates in the world. Pretty Girl Stoner Moon, who shared this, says, the U.S. is just a series of scams in a trench coat pretending to be a functioning country. I really like the trench coat. Pretty girl stoner moon, of course. I'm gonna marry that woman. And lastly, from 2 years ago on Instagram, you remember what we were talking about? It was really funny. Jackson Boaz posted, McCarthy doesn't have the votes in the House. Scalise doesn't have the votes. Biggs doesn't have the votes. There's only one man that can truly reunite the Republican Party. Neurosurgeon, Nobel Prize winner, and World War II hero, George Santos.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
has been my
Neurosurgeon.
wholesome round one. Handing it back to you, Michael, for an irrelevant round two.
Kicking off the ill reverend round, I would like to share with you my favorite, number one, most favorite Christmas meme this year. Came from friend of the show, Taryn at Young Titty,
Friend
who tweeted out,
of the show,
Myrrh.
Young Titty.
Taryn tweets out, Myrrh, I hardly ner.
It's just dumb.
So bad. Don't encourage him, everybody.
Dude, a few years back, we all went to, for Christmas, we went to Spooner, Wisconsin.
What's a
It-
spooner?
It's a town, and we were actually outside of Spooner, staying in a cabin around Christmas, and Brian says, he's my father-in-law, he says, hey, he says, you know, are you gonna run to Spooner? He was asking if I was going to the store. He said, you gonna run to Spooner? And I said, Spooner? Hardly knew her. And he laughed and he goes, Spooner? Damn near killed her. And
Oh,
I was just dead.
Good.
that's some
Her,
aggressive big spoon energy there, your father.
I hardly knew her.
Hardly.
The Onions has a picture of Jimmy Carter here. It reports 48-year-old rabbit finally finishes the job.
What?
Anybody remember this? Eric, be our producer and find me the Jimmy Carter and the rabbit.
Okay.
This is really you know, you see some of these text conversations back and forth, you wonder if they're staged.
Wait a minute. There was a killer rabbit?
Yeah, I actually thought you would be the only one to get that meme, but it's okay.
Oh, wow.
You have to fill us in. You get to fill us in when I get to the end of my round. But this is one of these text conversations I really do think is real. There's this picture. This woman's reading a Kindle or maybe her phone. I don't know. I can't tell the scale. Maybe a tablet.
Yeah,
But the cat wants attention and it has its head draped over from the back, draped over the screen of the phone. And this is the mom who says, I think she is reading, she says. And the child says, or the daughter, I'm assuming, says, oh my God, my heart, she's so cute, in all caps. And then just a minute later, she says, wait, Mom, what are you reading, LMAO? And I've zoomed in here. I'm not going to read this, but it is, it is graphic sexual content. Smut, I think, as the kids call it. Shithead Steve, friend of the show, Shithead Steve makes an appearance tonight. He says Disney characters' names explained. And we have Simba, which is lion in Swahili. And then we have Nemo, which is no one in Latin. And then, of course, we have Rafiki, which means friend in Swahili. And then Woody from Toy Story, which Woody means erect penis in English.
Does.
Adorte says, hate when ugly bitches be like, no caption needed. Bitch, you better explain this. But the reason I shared it is because somebody responded Christina Cortez responded and just tagged Sophia Cortez. Which,
You figure
yeah,
that's an older sister?
so perfect. I today brought us the cutest, and I think I have the cutest animal story of the night in the news. After being spotted eating sugarcane, baby elephant tries to hide behind a light pole. And there's a picture of a baby elephant trying to hide behind a light pole. Suspiciously shark-like responds with, "What baby elephant?" Damn right. I don't see no elephant.
Nope.
I know this one's been shared before, but I found it again in the wild, and I swear to you I'll share it every time on the show. It's a picture of a mom holding a young toddler AI kind of kid, I think. Anyway, the mom's smoking a cigarette and looking down lovingly at her little toddler who's also smoking a cigarette. And it says, "When you light up, so do they. Now you both look cool as fuck."
Yeah, that's one of the number one reasons I picked up smoking. I was trying to quit a really bad gum chewing habit.
I think I have two more for this round. Yeah, next up is just I just thought this is a photo we shouldn't forget. The Tesla burning right outside of Trump Tower.
It's like a fucking
I kind of
Renaissance
figured
painting.
everybody would bring it, but I'm ending tonight with AV apologies, friend of the show, Ava apologies, who has a picture of a young Jimmy Carter and a picture of Scarlett Johansson, and it says, "Rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. You were our most Scarlett Johansson looking president." And I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Jimmy
know,
Carter definitely, I think, hands down, not even close, right?
Sure.
Is the most Scarlett Johansson looking president for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I have for round two. Kicking it over to Brane.
I would have never known that, and I wished I still didn't.
Yeah.
All right.
I can still
go.
love Scarlett and think about her looking like Jimmy Carter. I mean,
Let's go with two weirdos with a page, and here we have I want to say this guy's John Bon Jovi, but I know it's not.
it's Eddie Money.
All right, Eddie Money with two chickens with ties on, and he's singing, "I've got two chickens in paradise." Yes,
Jesus.
yes, those ties have parrots on them. And his shirt says "Trouble in Paradise."
Man, if Eddie Money was dead, he'd be rolling in his grave.
Well, let him roll in his. I'm not gonna accuse him of doing drugs, but I think he's rolling in blow. Whatever. La Vie en Rose Arts. That sounded like worse than my Spanish, and it wasn't even Spanish. Man.
La Vie en Rose.
Yeah. Anyways, we've got a cartoon dragon with some weird eyes. He's flying around. It says 5 signs I might be a dragon. 1, I hoard useless shiny things. 2,
Ooh.
I eat too much. 3, I sleep too much. 4, I don't like leaving my cave. And 5, I have an overwhelming desire to flame annoying humans. That tracks. That tracks. This one's for you, Eric.
Hey.
Here we got Lord Death.
Oh, I like it.
And it said, and here we have some kind of AI photo of a raccoon, but with crab legs.
That's awesome.
And it says, "I love those crab raccoons you get at a Chinese restaurant."
Hey,
I
dude,
still don't know what the fuck a crab rangoon is, and I'm gonna move on. Gaming Labor Guns, one of my favorite tag teams, says this may take a little thought. Here we have 2 people text messaging. One says knock knock. The other says who's there? And he said, hike. Hike who? Unsuspecting son. Dad waiting with bated breath. Sets the perfect trap.
Damn. Got him with a haiku.
Oh.
Like the Bram Stoker's Dracula has it's like a 3 panel, but all in one. And we have maybe Dracula. It looked like Vadian played her. I don't know, some dead guy that
Yeah.
probably blood.
Vlad. It's Vlad. Totally.
That's definitely Vlad, right? Yeah. And somebody asked him, "Whose skull is that he's drinking from?" Vlad says his name is Philip. Yes, what's in there? Vodka and orange juice. Huh? It's a Phillips head screwdriver.
Oh God.
Here we have Baby Yoda from Baby Yoda funny memes. And he's squinting his eyes. He says, blessed are the constipated, for they don't give a shit.
Oh.
Just one goat has a picture of a old cowboy on a horse in some very cold, snowy type conditions. Reminds me of the game Red Dead Redemption 2. It says cowboys would put a lantern on their saddle at night so they could find the trail when they were far from home. That was early satellite navigation. Satellite navigation. W1 TV has a billboard that says I before E, except after C, disproved by science.
Nice.
And to prove that by science even further, Awesome Inventions has a board outside of what looks to be Chapman's Brokery, one of those coffee shop type whiteboards, and it says I before E, except when your foreign neighbor Keith receives 8 I can't even read it. Counterfeit beige slaves from feisty, caffeinated weightlifters. Weird. All those fucking words have the E before the I, Eric.
Yeah, you make a good point.
This one's gonna be the last one for me, so I hope you're ready. We got
Roll.
Baby Yoda funny. This time without the memes, and there's a coffee mug with Baby Yoda sitting next to a coffee mug. And he says coffee spelled backward is E-fuck. Just know that I don't give E-fuck until I've had my coffee.
Nice.
Handing it off to you, Eric, for the, I don't even remember what the fuck the middle round's called anymore.
You know, it's fluid. Welcome to the round 2. This is the fluid round. It's topic fluid. Might be kind of short on my part because I'm having a bad day. I'm having a good day because I got CJB, but I was sick and I'm not on my game. That's all right. Short round. So Michael, be ready.
Michael's ready.
Friend of
I'm
the-
always ready.
That's what you say. But you carry little blue pills. Friend of the show, Jerry.
I'm 40, motherfucker. Not yet.
Carefree St. Clair says, has posted this billboard that says, why can't CEOs just carry a bulletproof backpack to work?
Right.
Good enough protection for your 3rd grader. I mean, you know, there you go. What are you gonna do? East Coast It Notes updates. And if you're not following East Coast It Notes, you are missing out on some quality post-it note cartoonery. Here we have a picture that says, good morning with a cup of coffee. It said, today's haiku by East Coast It Notes. Guy sitting in front of a laptop says, why I need go work. Want stay home, sleep, and play game. This is bullshit. Fuck.
Strong showing of haikus in this show.
I do it for you. I try to tie it together. I try to tie it together like a you know magical spell that it is. friend of the show and founding zaddy, George
No,
Cruikshank,
we're not saying that word.
has reposted this from Bored Lord. Says, what are teens like? Is it memes? Memes about skeletons? Piss? Communism? And Sex Haver replies, this post is 20 times funnier if you imagine a CEO shouting this at his board of directors. What are the teens like? Is it communism? Well, actually. Here we have a picture of Lord Palpatine and from Star Wars fangirl, friend of the show, and she's got a post that says, during a rewatch of The Return of the Jedi, a friend cheered when the Emperor died. Well, needless to say, I was shocked and reminded him that the Emperor was a human being with a granddaughter. This was a lot hotter right after Luigi, but you know, I find it acceptable. Here we have the G.I. Joe CEO assassin action figure with real life accessories. And it's just Luigi in his little orange jumpsuit, but there's the backpack and the jacket and a McDonald's hash brown. Let's remember the lesson of the hash brown, shall we? This was posted from Guillotines for Billionaires 2020. And if you're not following Guillotines for Billionaires 2020, again, really, if it's got guillotine in the title, like Pink Guillotine, you should just follow it because they're very funny, very, very funny sites, in my opinion. And man, I'm stretching because I'm freaking out because I'm gonna have to like bail. This might be my final. It's Guillotines for Billionaires 2020, and we have Lieutenant Worf. Is it Lieutenant Worf? Worf from Star Trek, except he's in the man with the butterfly meme, and he says, the butterfly is labeled solving your problems with violence, and Worf is saying, is this honor? Yeah. Yeah, it is, actually. I think I'm gonna end it there. So that's my it's my irrational round. Wrapping it up and handing it back to you, Michael.
Kicking off round 3, the penultimate round, and judging by the fact that it is 9:54, you may also get my post with the most. We'll see.
Wow.
So this isn't it, but this one is. It's a picture of a DeLorean that's also a delivery car for Domino's Pizza, and it says, "When you need a pizza yesterday."
That's a beautiful meme right there.
Cameron Bradford, friend of the show, Cameron Bradford, he says, "My son just told me, Dad, you really know how to tuck a motherfucker in."
Damn.
Oh my god.
He says, "Being a parent is hard, but moments like these make it all worthwhile." Step-bro.steve, friend of the show, Step-bro.steve. That's right. He's been around long enough. We might as well say he's a friend.
Sure.
He's retweeting Evil Jason, but Jason is his last name, so it's actually Jason, Evil. Anyway, he says, "Me whispering to Starbucks employee, someone took a venti poop on the floor."
That's funny.
Here we have a picture of Tolkien lighting his pipe. And I'm going to read this whole thing because it's worth it. He says, a draft of the Fellowship was rejected by Tolkien's editor, who cited the reason being that the plural for dwarf was dwarfs, not dwarves, according to the Oxford English Dictionary. Dwarves was not a word that existed. Tolkien responded very accurately, "I wrote the Oxford English Dictionary. Don't correct me." Here's shithead Steve back, second time around.
Hey, Steve.
Back, shithead. I have a picture of it's like a Snapchat photo. So there's a picture of a stingray and then someone's fist, like closer to the camera. kind of shaking his fist at the stingray. And he says, about to punch this taser napkin for my dude, Steve Irwin.
Oh.
Thehardtimes.net. Friend of the show, thehardtimes.net. If you're not following the Hard Times, you should.
What are you doing?
Picture of D. Snyder here on some kind of planet green red carpet. I don't know. I'm colorblind. It says D. Snyder celebrates 40 years of inexplicably being seen as some sort of metal icon. And can I just say, that is exactly right. D. Snyder is like a hair metal icon.
He testified before Congress, man.
Yeah, I think that's probably why he gets the honors. Midwest versus everybody at Midwestern_. Has a picture here of a family video, but it's obviously been closed. And it's like a current picture of an old family video building. And Midwest versus everybody says, our scars remind us that the past is real.
Oh my god.
And my final meme for the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most, comes from Jody, who tweets out, did you seriously just tickle my fancy? And that's all I have for round 3, leaving only my post with the most, except it's time for me to put my kids to bed. So also, here comes my post with the most. Comes from Laugh Life Goals, who says, I think whoever can fight the best at work should be the supervisor.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
I cropped this, but there was an AI like explanation of what came after, and it was like everyone enthusiastically engaged with the post, including one man who threatened to fight, and then it was cut off after that. So that's all we got. But that's all I have for round 3 and my post with the most. That's all I have tonight. Kicking it over to Brain Damage. Love you, boys. Love you, George.
Love you,
All right,
Michael.
Michael. Take care of yourself.
Bye, Michael.
All right. Let's get round 3 started for me with Lance Stewart at Lance210. And he says, Tupperware? More like Tupper, where the fuck is the lid? Or, here's the fucking lid, where the fuck is the container? All right. This one was posted, I think I posted this one a few years ago, but I don't know. I don't remember exactly where I cropped this one from, but here we have these are villains from the Spider-Man universe. We have the Rhino, the Electro. I don't even know the guy's name. The Green Goblin and the Vulture. I think it's Electro. But anyways, it says, me and the boys discussing how UFC fighters are underpaid while we illegally stream all the fights. They're all grinning. Here we have the litter box, and they have a picture of a PS5, but it has some cat eyes and some whiskers in the front and a tail in the back. And instead of PS5, it actually just says PS for. As soon as I found this one day, I was like, send it. All right, I hate having to move these things every time, but here we go. Skeletor nasty memes. Says, God memes my arse, and Skeletor's approaching hell. Satan, hail Satan, is in front of hell with a podium that says, welcome. And he says, yeah, sorry, that one's reserved for the Brits. And standing in front of another portal is Skeletor with a British flag outfit on, or a Captain Britain outfit on. And he's laughing. It says, bloody hell!
That's funny.
All
That's
Here we have the other 98% with a picture of Elon Musk in a Santa hat, and he's holding a sign that says, "I am a racist who inherited an emerald mine from my daddy. I invented nothing."
Nice.
Yep.
Yep.
I hope I didn't sound
People
too
are
much like
learning.
Sean Connery. That's just the only way I could get an Elon Musk voice going. Here we've got Optimus Prime, and he says, "The system is broken and must be fixed." And then we have Megatron telling him the truth and says, "The system is working exactly as intended and must be dismantled."
That's what I said, man. The system isn't broken, it's fixed.
Right. Gibbleguts.com, Dan Gibson drew a cartoon of two old guys racing in their wheelchairs. And then one tells the other, "Wow, that chair sounds mean. What do you got in that thing?" And it's going flappity, flappity, flap. And then we zoom in. We see he's got the Ace of Hearts. And yes, this is how we used to make our bicycles sound so cool. Is we used to put baseball cards of job-ass baseball players that we didn't know in the spokes, and then and I added a few to this round since Michael was jumping off, so I give you a little bit of time, Eric.
Awesome. You're the
So
man.
here we got Grossa and Neblosa. I think I pronounced that right. And a picture of who's the guy with the 10 Commandments? Is it Moses? Jesus? Who?
Yeah. That's Moses.
Moses and the 10 Commandments, but his commandments just say, "Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight." So
Dude, everybody should Wang Chung tonight. I just say that.
that is the commandments for 2025, okay?
Nice.
Beam Daddy posted a picture of a urinal with the urinal cake that says, "Whoever named this a urinal cake clearly missed the opportunity to call it a biscuit."
Oh.
And does anybody see an Easter
Yeah.
egg in this one? Yeah. When I photocropped it, look who was next. Eric Sizemore. It's King Dracula. Avatar. Oh, that's pretty cool. Anyways, here we have. Damn it. Who posted this? I forget. I just seen it earlier too. Sorry, poster. But here we have a 4-panel, and it's a dinosaur next to a robot. And the dinosaur says, "Time traveling robot. What is it like in the future?" The robot shows him a picture of a baked chicken, and he says, "The humans eat your descendants." And then he shows him a picture of dinosaur chicken nuggets. It says, "In the shape of you." And then it shows a picture of the human cooking it with the power they generate by burning your corpses. And this was the darker side of science. And then we have evolutionists come full circle, and they show a picture of the dinosaurs and an arrow pointing to a chicken. A chicken pointing to actual chicken that we cut up and get ready to cook. And then that chicken ready to cook becomes dinosaur nuggets.
Oh, God. The circle of life.
Yes. The circle. I don't know how to sing, Eric. Don't make me do it. YouTube Imani posted a picture of the two dividers on the conveyor belt at the supermarket, and it's just a Snickers in the middle.
Mhm.
And it says, "Cashier, would you like to donate $5 to a very good cause?" And it says, "My dinner." Uh-oh. What did I do? Did I do something? Pause for a second. All right, cool.
You're fine.
All right, and this one is Gaming Layer and Puns. And it has a bunch of panels, and it has a woman and a crow. She says, "What?" And it says, "Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like to donate to my charity?" She says, "Maybe. What's it called?" He says, "Caw, caw, caw, caw." It's for a good cause.
Oh, Jesus. Ah, you are on a pun roll, man.
Oh man, was it? I think this is the last one here. All right. Yep. All right. This one just said it's from something that's called Hood Bible, and it says, "I make her eyes roll back. Not in bed though. I'm just annoying."
Ah!
And off to you, Eric. Round 3, leaving only post of the most.
Oh, it's fucking great. Excellent. Well, I don't have my stuff quite lined up the way I wanted it, but what else is new? Ah!
Right.
All right. Going to round 3, the penultimate round. Wrapping up this episode, leaving only our post with the most. Here we go. Here I've got this delightful conversation that I found on vellum and vinyl. First, we have Hara I, who says, Christmas Eve, what about Christmas Adam? And Kalka says, Happy Christmas Adam to all men's rights activists. And for future reference only says, please stop pestering us with things like this. This has nothing to do with men fighting for their rights. Eve is short for evening. Please don't turn activism into a joke. Thanks. Reindeer Playdate says, someone isn't having a good Christmas, Adam. And the Guilty Party says, Christmas Adam, December 23rd, comes before Christmas Eve and is generally unsatisfying.
Hey.
Friend of the show, Joe Klosik, says, tonight Elon Musk will be visited by 3 ghosts. Joseph says, those kids from Piedmont? And now that I got you on the line there, Brane, do you know what he's talking about? Because Joseph Anlin says, too real.
No, I don't know.
All right, I'm not Googling it. We'll all go to hell. Friend of the show, Jason Brown, who's currently, in a hotel room waiting to go back to Orlando. So let's all pray for him. Has this post from Stone Cold Steve Anarchist, and it's got a stick figure laying on the ground. It says, who hurt you? Stick figure's just crying a pool of water around him. Says, bro, the economy. I think it's funny too. Have you seen that meme going around that says like instead of saying the words the economy, substitute rich people's yacht money? Who hurt you, bro? Rich people's yacht money.
Yeah.
Anyway, it makes reading about the economy a lot more fun if you have those words. Here we got a picture of a woman, and I don't actually know. I feel like I should recognize her face, but I don't quite. I think she's from a Disney show. Anyway, she's got this big spinny prize wheel, and Kristen McCat Lady. And by the way, if you're not following Kristen McCat Lady, you are missing out because Kristen McCat Lady's got lots of cats. Says someone, let's talk and get to know each other. Me, where should we start? And the wheel of prizes is love for Luigi, memes, jokes about my suffering, cats, hatred for CEOs, communism. See why I like Krista? I was like, she gets me.
What does it say in the middle? What wheel?
This prize wheel.
Prize wheel. Okay.
Where should we start? Communism?
Mm.
Best and worst of Twitter too. And if you're not following the best and worst of Twitter too, you are missing out. Got a post from Lauren Bonecutter, who's reposted Transvangelical at Transvangelical, says, you're trying to destroy American values. Well, since America was built on racism, misogyny, queerphobia, European supremacy, and genocide, yes, I am.
For real.
That was pretty good. The other 98% has this beautiful image, just text that says, trying to figure out how taking over Greenland and Panama will reduce the price of groceries. It's like, it really is random. It's really like none of the programs make no sense. About halfway through. Here, anti-QAnon memes has a post from Rick Custard Bath, who's got the 4-panel of a Padme from Episode 1 Star Wars, having the conversation where it's a 4-panel where it's like whatever, except that the guy Anakin's head is now Matt Gaetz. Says I use Venmo for all my minor purchases, and Padme says, "Wait, you don't mean?" And he's smiling. She's like, ugh. Purchases. Here we just have an AI picture of President Musk with a golden retriever lapdog who's got a coif just like Donald Jessica Trump. This is also from Kristen McCat Lady. I thought it was pretty good. All right, you got our 3 left here. Did Silicon Valley reinvent the bus again? Has happy holidays, everyone. And yes, I just declared war on Christmas because he's got a Santa Claus here talking to Elon Musk. And Musk says, I've bought your entire operation. And Santa says, what? I fired the elves and the reindeer. And this is your new sleigh. And of course, it's a Cybertruck with rockets on the side of it. It's all duct taped together. Got his bag of toys up in there. And we see Santa and the Cybertruck just whizzing through the air with the flames on the back. And he goes, boom. And he goes, oh, shit. Pulls out his phone and starts tweeting. The Jews just killed Santa.
Oh, my God.
If you follow Elon Musk, and if you're half the planet, I know you do because he forces you to, that's funny. That's pretty funny because he's an anti-Semitic, anti-everything. He's a bad person all around. He shouldn't be alive. Here we just have from Mr. Rogers Guillotine Emporium. And if you're not following Mr. Rogers Guillotine Emporium, really all the Guillotine Emporiums, including Pink Guillotine LLC, your number one source for fleet guillotine rental. We have a picture of a bunch of assassins, like the head choppers, you know. They got the hoods and stuff. But they're also wearing, what are they?
Executioners.
Executioners, thanks. But they're also wearing the trademark blue suit with a red tie and a white shirt. And they're in the midst of a bunch of gold and money, and they're also butchering people. And one of them says, but why would anybody want to harm us? Because they're looting. They've got just money and cash, and they're just surrounded by bloody people, and it was pretty gory. And last, we have the South Dakota Department of Propaganda, who's reposted the Nebraska Bureau of Propaganda. If you're not following really all the bureaus of propaganda, you are missing out. Picture of Matt Gaetz here looking kind of pensive. He says, Republicans released the Gaetz report after realizing their voters don't read. That has wrapped up my entire round 3 penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. Back to you, Brane.
All right. Post with the most time.
Oh, we lost Sammy. She's like, I don't care about your post with the most.
There we go. That was me. Looks like about 11 years ago I posted, Babes, that's Diane. She asked me, are you excited about starting school next week? And I said, yeah, I'm kind of nervous though, because I need to get a strong start to this semester, because when my grades are going to drop when Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out.
No, right.
That was so true 11 years ago. And we're still waiting on the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. Just the trailer, Eric. Game. Not even the game. Hopefully this year, they say. Handing it off to you for your post of the most, buddy.
Dude, my post with the most is about Elon again. And I'm sorry. I hate that we're constantly doing this. But, you know, comedians, we got a rule that we got to punch. We can't punch down. And you can't punch any further up than the richest, most awful man in the world. So, you know, what are you going to do? But yes, indeed, I posted this one that I'm going to show you here, and I captioned it, Elon is not your friend. Even Elon's friends aren't his friends. Because this is a conversation between ostensibly Adrian Dittman, blue check mark, who says the intrusive thoughts of blah, 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 blah. Victoria Yerberg says, so true, bestie. Okay. Adrian Dittman is Elon Musk. Like, that's his sock puppet account that he uses to like his own posts as Elon Musk, because this fragile tool bag. Like,
He's got the Kevin Durant ghost account.
yeah. I don't know.
Damn.
But Victoria Yerberg is like, so true, bestie. And a lot of people are saying Victoria Yerberg is also a sock puppet account. That's when Elon's on meth. He's Victoria Yerberg. And that resonated. Elon's friends aren't even his friends. That was my post with the most. And that is a wrap on an entire episode of Facebook for the Blind for January 7th, 2025. Thank you so much. We love you, Beverly. We love you all.
Love you, Beverly. Woo!
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.